Welcome to Enliven's online portal. Here, clients and agents can log in, submit claims and expenses, view statements, and check their claiming history. This video will guide you through how to use the portal. Your first step is logging in using the username and password you have been provided with. It's important to keep these details private. Start by opening a web browser and go to ifportal.psn.org.nz. Click the Login button at the top right corner. Enter your username and password. If you use this device regularly, you can click Remember My Login to save time. Then click Login. We will be adding in two-factor authentication shortly. This will be an additional step when logging in. We will let you know about this once it is being added to your portal login. Next, you will need to accept the terms and conditions. Please read these carefully, then click the Accept button. You are now logged into your personalized portal. Next, we'll take a brief tour of the portal before looking into each part in more detail. Use the buttons on the left side to navigate. The Expenses button lets you submit new expenses, see those you've already submitted, and check their status. The Services button shows your current and past services. The Statement button lets you view your statement. The Statement Trans button shows your full transaction history. Let's explore each section in more detail, starting with expenses. Click the Expenses button on the left menu. Here you can submit new expenses, see what you've submitted, and check the status of your expenses. This is for receipts, invoices, and mileage logs only. Payroll claims must still be submitted the usual way. Before submitting, ensure you have a digital copy of your receipt or invoice saved, and check that it includes all the required details. How to save a digital copy. If your receipt or invoice was emailed to you by the provider, download and save the file. If you have a physical receipt or invoice, you can take a clear photo or scan it onto your device. Each receipt or invoice must include the business or contractor's full name, address, phone number, GST number, if applicable, the name of the client the support was provided for, a description of what support was provided, a daily breakdown showing the dates and times worked, the hourly rate, the total cost, and a unique invoice number. If your receipt or invoice does not have these details, you will need to go back to the business or contractor for an updated invoice prior to submitting. Once you have your invoice or receipt ready, you can load your expense. One receipt or invoice is loaded at a time. Start by clicking Add a new expense when you're ready. Start filling in the form from the top, working your way down the page, completing every part carefully. Let's do an example together. I am loading this invoice from Reindeer Care Work, who are a contractor providing personal care support hours. First, enter the expense date from your receipt or invoice. This is the date written on the receipt or invoice. It's important to remember that claims more than 90 days old cannot be submitted. It's best practice to make submissions each fortnight to keep up to date. Next, select the service this expense relates to. Your current balance will update below. Note: payroll timesheets or claims won't show in your portal balance until they've been paid. Choose your claim type from the drop-down menu. Most claims will be Level 1 payments for receipts and invoices. Use recognition payment if processing recognition claims. Use RFS Level 1, payment for invoices from resident family support workers. If you manage payroll yourself, select Level 1, Self-Managing Payroll. I am selecting Level 1 payment. Now, describe what you are claiming. Keep it short, clear, and specific to your receipt or invoice. Then explain how your claim meets the funding criteria. This lets us understand more about the expense. We have created a transaction guide to help you fill in these two fields. As I am loading an invoice from a business, I will refer to the guide to find this example and copy the information across, making it specific to the invoice I am submitting. Next, select where the payment is going. The drop-down shows bank accounts you've added. If you already paid the invoice, choose your own bank account. If not yet paid, select the business, contractor, or bureau's bank account. Enter the invoice number exactly as it appears on your receipt or invoice. For example, if it says Invoice 1234, type it the same way with capital letters. Enter the amount from the receipt or invoice. If you're only claiming part of it, enter the claimed amount only. Attach your invoice or receipt file saved on your device. Finally, read the terms and conditions and click Submit. Your expense will now show under your expense transactions. Our team will review your claim and the status will update accordingly. If you need to add another expense, click Add a new expense and repeat. Expenses must be submitted by midday on payment Monday to be processed in that payment cycle. Late submissions will be processed the following fortnight. Please ensure you monitor your emails, as the Enliven team will contact you if we need more information about your claim. Once your claim is approved for payment, the status update to approved. You can view this in the Expenses tab. Then once the payment has been made, the transaction will move down to the Statement Trans tab. We'll look at the services within the portal now. Click the Services button on the left-hand menu. Here you can view your services along with their start and end dates, and the total allocations for each service. To view previous allocations, tick the Include Closed Services in the top right corner. Let's look at the Statement Summary next. Click the Statement Summary button on the left menu. Your first step is changing the statement period ending date to show the Sunday prior to the last payment Monday. This date must be correct for your statement to show correctly. At the top, you will see a table showing allocation dates, total and fortnightly allocation, total and fortnightly usage, total and fortnightly remaining balance. These are shown in both units and dollars. If you have multiple services, they will display side by side on the right. Further down, you will see graphs of your usage. But first, select the service you want to view by clicking the circle next to the service name. Then scroll down to the graphs. The pie graph shows your overall usage, how much you have used, and what remains. The box beside it explains if you are overusing, underusing, or on track. The line graph shows fortnightly usage across your allocation period. The red line is the average allocation, the max you can use each fortnight to stay within budget. The blue line shows your actual usage. Hover your mouse over dots on the graph to see details like fortnight end date, usage, average allocation, and remaining balance. Finally, scroll down to view your statement transactions. This shows your most recent transactions that have been paid and applied to your statement. Unpaid transactions will not show here. Next, we will look at the transaction history. First, select the Statement Trans tab to view. This section displays your historically processed transactions. If you manage multiple services, you can use the drop-down menu on the right-hand side of the screen to switch between them. You can also adjust the date range to view transactions up to a specific date, or apply filters to refine your results. For example, to view payments made to a particular payee, click the grey funnel icon and select the payee whose transactions you wish to view. If you would like to add an expense or view the status of a previously loaded transaction, please click the Expenses button on the left menu. The final step is logging out. Click the Log Out text in the top right corner to log out. Thank you for taking the time to learn about Enliven's client portal. If you have any questions, please contact the team. We are always happy to help.